r/NoSleep. Posted by u/FatCarnotaurus. I'm sitting on a train, which was probably cancelled. Something was here with me. I don't know if anybody is going to see this, but I have to write it out of me. I don't even try to warn you all, because I don't really know what would the danger be. Hell, I'm not even sure if this is even real. But, at the moment I'm sitting on a train which have probably been cancelled. Everything is beautifully grey outside, as the snowstorm darkens the sky and buries the land under a thick, white blanket. It's been snowing for hours. The large flakes dance outside the window, then fly away to the distance as new ones are rolling in. I knew that this is going to be a long ride, but if your girlfriend wants to spend the Christmas together, since you haven't seen each other in months, then you are going to spend that time together, no matter what it takes. At least that's what I thought. I mean, spending Christmas in a small village up in the mountains, away from every problem, with only the one who really matters, sounds like a good idea. Even if it takes a 10-hour train ride to get there. The problem is that this will probably be a lot longer. At first everything seemed right. I reached the train in time, and got into a wagon which was basically empty, apart from an old man on one of the other seats. The snow was only starting to fall then, which I was really happy about, because getting a white Christmas is not something you have a realistic chance for in the city. The train started, and as the lights of the city faded away, snow started to fall more eagerly. I watched the beautiful landscape turning white outside, while I listened to some music. The old man got off in some small nameless village, and I was suddenly all alone in my wagon. I didn't know if there was anyone in the others, but now I doubt it. At one point, my playlist stopped, and I was too sleepy to start a new one. I just listened to the howling wind outside, and the noises of the train, as it stopped in another unknown village. I don't even know how is there a railway going to these small villages, which probably have like 50 people living there, but they were a far better view than the city. The train stops, with screeching wheels, and I can hear that silly little arriving train tune playing at the station. Nobody is there. Of course. So, we are on the move again. Papam, papam papam, papam 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 papam. The train is gaining speed. I don't remember when I fell asleep, but I was awakened by the sound of a closing window, and that smell and cold, which you feel when someone arrives at home on a snowy winter afternoon. There was someone sitting on the seat right in front of me. He was wearing one of those really elegant-looking long, black winter jackets, and a strange, long cloak, black as well, for some unknown reason. I don't know when he got up, and why the hell did he have to sit right in front of me, but some people are just like that. They like company, even if the company doesn't like them. Sorry, the window opened. His voice was weirdly high-pitched, and he had a strange accent, but to be honest I didn't really care. He probably opened that fucking window just so he could have a talking partner. No problem. Thanks for closing it. You are welcome. He remained silent for some minutes, and I was starting to hope that he will shut up, and I can go back to sleep. Maybe the window really opened and he really was just kind. But no, of course he had to start talking again. It's beautiful, isn't it? Asked the man, looking out of the window. The reducing light flared on his teeth, and for a moment I felt like I was seeing something odd. The light usually doesn't flare on teeth. But I was still half asleep, so I probably just imagined that. Yes. It really is. And where are you going all alone, on Christmas Day? I didn't understand what he was talking about. It had to be the day before Christmas. I had to arrive on Christmas morning, and it clearly wasn't morning at all. I'm going to Smallville. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the name of the village, even though I was dumb enough to tell it to that man, sorry. Oh. A young man visiting his old parents in the forgotten family nest. How lovely. No, I'm actually going to spend the holidays with my girlfriend. You know, I have no idea why I said that. I usually don't get into small talk with strangers while I'm traveling, so in any other situation, I would have just said yes, and smiled. I really have no idea why I said my plan to him. Oh, that's even better. Two little lovebirds. What a lovely couple you two must be. This started to really annoy me. This idiot acted like a grandma on steroids. I bet she is beautiful. And then he fully described my girlfriend. Yeah, sorry, but you don't get to know this part either. After the sock, I leaned towards the man's face. Who the hell are you? Oh, I'm just someone who likes to know what's happening around me. And around other sympathetic people like you. Well, this sympathy is rather one-sided. You better give a good explanation, or else I'm calling the police. Well, that would be a smart move, my friend, except for the sad part of it, you won't get any signal here in the middle of nowhere, and in a snowstorm even. And this is going to be the same for a long while. And you know, you really shouldn't call the police because of me, when you have a much bigger problem." He laughed, letting me get a view of his incredibly white, sharp teeth. What do you mean? Oh, it's such a tragic story. One little lovebird gets separated from the other. The beautiful young lady gets to the house in time, but her partner is nowhere. The train which he took was cancelled. Then why didn't he call her? No one knows. And yet, she trusts him so much, that she doesn't get angry, and waits for him in the house, preparing it for his arrival. It's so beautiful. And yet, worthless. The knight doesn't arrive on the white horse. But some other are. Well, they are not exactly like him. They are bad people, who don't care about the meaning of the holiday. They are people, who break into the house, and catch the beautiful young girl. They are people who play with her before they get bored. They are people, who create a new decoration for the house, with the dominant color being red. They are people who leave after, and the snow covers their steps. Oh, and what a tragedy, that the boy, whose train was just hours late, still arrives. Even though it was just a couple of hours, it felt like many months. And when he is there, he's so happy. He really is a knight on that horse. As if he'd grown wings, he flies to the house. Oh, and tragedy. At first, he doesn't know. He just calls the name, the only one which matters. And then, it's only the silence who answers. He thinks he might be early, so inside he goes. And then there's the new decoration. His heart is now what controls. Oh, but this tragedy isn't ending here, as the neighbors call the police, which only finds him there. He's condemned for a young life, which he never took. There's only so much, which a broken heart can ever hold. After this, the man started laughing hysterically, and then, he stood up. His arms and legs were awfully long. He opened the window. And he jumped. I saw the cloak open, and realized it's not a cloak. They were two black wings. Black like the inside of a gun barrel. Soon after, the train blew its horn and I waked up. There were no one inside my wagon, apart from a black feather on the seat in front of me. I didn't look on the clock of my phone. I even put my finger right in front of the glowing numbers on the locked screen, because I'm too afraid of what time I would see them showing. Oh yeah, and the signal is also back. But all lines I tried are deaf. My girlfriend, the police, hell, even my best friend and my parents' numbers aren't able to respond. That feather could have been on that seat, or it could have fallen on it, or got blown there, right? Right?